Well, following the deaths of over 2,600 people around the globe and over 70,000 patients infected, officials are searching for the origins of the coronavirus. However, many have suggested that the coronavirus originated in a laboratory in Wuhan, China. Joining us to discuss how the virus is impacting our national security is retired Brigadier General and former Senior Director of Strategy at the National Security Council, Robert Spalding. Thank you for joining us.
Great to be here. Thank you.
Now, Arkansas Senator Tom Cotton suggested that the coronavirus may have originated in a biolab in China, and many others have speculated this as well. How could this have happened?
Well, not certain how it could have happened, but it is clear that one other research report just came out of China that Chinese researchers actually believe it did not originate in the market near the lab, and they believe it may have come from the lab. Unfortunately, it's hard for us to know because the Chinese Communist Party is really not transparent about how the virus outbreak occurred or what the chances of it is spreading. Now we're finding out the incubation period can be as much as a month long, which really makes nailing down the source of the virus and controlling the contagion even more difficult.
How has China mishandled the virus in their own country, which is now affecting thousands of people around the globe?
Well, I think that it's clear that because of their control and secrecy, they kept a lid on the outbreak, and they also punished the essentially whistleblower of the virus spread. So they have really tried to clamp down, and unfortunately, that's the exact wrong thing you need to do when you're faced with a potential global pandemic.
And I want to switch gears a bit because in your book, Stealth War, How China Took Over While America's Elite Slept, you talk about the many ways that China has infiltrated American institutions and compromised our national security. You describe this as a six-front war. What are the six fronts and some of the ways that China has compromised our security?
Yeah, I talk about, much of the book is about economics, and it's about economics, finance, and trade. And it really talks about how China has conducted intellectual property theft, how they've used their access to our Western capital markets to fund their growing of their military, growing of their manufacturing capability, really to erode our ability to build things ourselves. We lost over 70,000 factories. I talk about their use of money for infrastructure to curry favor with countries around the world. I talk about how they've used, the fact that we were part of the Intermediate Nuclear Forces Treaty to build a bunch of conventional intermediate range ballistic and cruise missiles. I talk about really the way that they use our media and political system to undermine our democracy and to essentially co-opt corporate America and Wall Street to help, for the most part, diminish our manufacturing capability, which impacts our defense industrial base, impacts our ability to build weapons that we need to protect ourselves, but also really harms the national or the American people because it deprives them of jobs. Over 3 million manufacturing jobs were lost, over 13 million jobs overall during the time China entered the WTO, over 70,000 factories. And so really it's been a long-going, not competition, but really conflict that the Chinese Communist Party has waged against the American people, really unbeknownst to them, and that's why I titled it The Stealth War.
And lastly, where can our viewers go to learn more about you and your work?
It's on, Stealth War can be found on any place major books are sold, Amazon, Barnes & Nobles. I'm on Twitter, Robert_Spalding, and armchaireconomist.io.
Robert Spalding, thank you so much again.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.